Second graders, it's Miss Santos here, and today we are going to be using the book Roller Coaster by Marla Frazee to look at techniques of famous authors, Marla Frazee being one of them, and using them in our own writing. So we've talked about Jabari jumps and how we can use that small moment and stretch it out. And we've also talked about Peter Reynolds and the speech bubbles. So this book here, we are going to see how we can use special text and how we can incorporate with meaning, how we can use them into our own writing, okay? Also, this book here is also about a small moment idea. So roller coaster. The author Marla Frazee was able to have that one small idea moment and stretch it out the same way the author in Jabari jumps did. So as we read, I want you to look out for those techniques. Okay, so Roller Coaster by Marla Frazee. All of these people are waiting in line for the roller coaster. Most of them have ridden on lots of roller coasters. Let me move this so we can see. Some of them have only ridden on a roller coaster once or twice. At least one of them has never ridden on a roller coaster before, ever. Have you ever ridden a roller coaster before? The roller coaster is very big and very noisy. So I can see how big it is. I can see people waiting in that line. It does look like a big line. You must be tall enough to ride it. But sometimes even those who are tall enough decide they don't want to. Lots of people change their mind about riding the roller coaster at the very last minute. So you can see people stepping away from the line, and that's because they're scared. It is one of those rides that is definitely very scary. Finally, it's time to get into the cars. The ride operator says, load them up, 2 to a seat. When everyone is buckled in, the operator rings a bell, and then he releases the brake. The train jerks forward on the tracks. Now it is too late for anyone to change their mind. Oh, you know what, guys? I see a special text. This isn't a word that we're used to seeing spelled like that, right? So those little lines right there in between the letters are called dashes. And the author did this, well, spelled it out that way, made it look that way because she wants me to read that word slowly, which I think is so cool because that's the actual word. So am I going to read it? Do you guys think I'm going to read it like slowly, or am I going to read it like this? Slowly, the train is pulled up the hill by chain. Clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety. Up, up, up. And then, so did you guys see how that special text allowed me, the reader, to understand how the train was pulled up by the hill? It was slow, but I also read it. Do you see the difference? Instead of just reading slowly, I read slowly because she spaced out the letters. So is that something that maybe you could use in your writing to make your writing pop and come to life? I think so. Oh, I see another special text, and I like how the author has shaped it too. And what is this? We've been working on them. That's right. That's a punctuation. That's called an exclamation mark. Most people scream. Some people can't make a sound. And one person can't even open her eyes. Whoosh! So Do you think that special text, was I supposed to read it like whoosh? No, you're right. I was supposed to read it exactly how I read it. Whoosh! The train zips. And I love how the train is basically going like this and it's zipping through. And another way that she has it, she shaped it straight, kind of like it zips through. It zooms because it goes so fast. So these are called special texts. And they make the book that much more fun to read, right? It dips and dives. You guys, I love how the roller coaster is dipping and diving. And then so the author, Marla, made sure to have the special text dip and dive. That's so cool. So that's something you could also do in your own writing. And goes all the way around. Did you guys see how instead of just saying all, I said all, because remember, what are we seeing again? Dashes. That's those little lines. Dashes. So instead of just reading it how we normally would with just all, I'm saying all. So I'm stretching that word out. That's a special text. I just love how she has the whole sentence upside down because the roller coaster is upside down. Did you guys notice that? Whee! So it looks like they're all having fun. Some are scared, but most of them are having fun. So I love special text because it allows us to express our words and our emotions differently than how we would. So instead of saying everyone had fun, she decided to show what they were saying, right? Pretty cool. Now the ride is over. So I love how she has the train coming in like this, and it stopped, and you could see the movement. Most of these people are dizzy. Some of them have wobbly knees, but at least one of them is planning to ride the roller coaster again. Right now. Okay, so you guys, I love this book and I hope you did too. But I love this book for many reasons. For one, because even though this book, the author had a small idea moment, she was able to stretch it out and add so many details. So instead of just telling us, the reader, that they went on a roller coaster ride, she took us through the process, through the journey. She described how waiting in line looked like, what happens when you wait in line. She talked about how people end up leaving sometimes. She talked about how some people end up nervous, scared, and she talked about the sounds that it makes. And she used special text to show us the sounds and the emotions of people. So there were so many ways that the author Marla used and showed us, the reader, and how we can also make our writing sound like that. So I want you to think about that next time you write. All right, bye, second graders.